Now I'm going to compose a message and talk about some of the options and settings we have for that. I'll scroll down to the new topic that I created in week 3 discussion. And I'll choose to compose a message. The subject, I'll make this our question for the topic. And we have all the same options we have elsewhere on the site when we're editing text, that we can put in text into this field. We can put in links, we can insert images and insert other media. For me, on this situation, I'll just use the text. Then we have some more options below. As an instructor, I can pin the message. And what that means is that throughout this topic, I can choose this message to be the one that's at the top of the topic, at the top of the screen for the thread for this topic. And I'm going to choose to pin this message because you'll remember for this topic, I didn't give a description. I didn't put the question that students are intended to answer in the description for the topic. I'm going to put it in a message and pin it to the top. Note that you can only pin a message at message creation. You cannot pin it when you go back and edit one. We also have the option to subscribe to updates to this thread. That means that when someone replies to this message that I'm creating, then I can get an email that says that someone's replied, or I can choose to have an email at the end of the day with a list of all of those that have replied. I'm going to be active enough in my course and coming in to check these that I don't really need a subscription. We also have options for attachments. I can add a file, so I can add a document to this post. I can also record audio. Right here in the browser, I can record a message up to 5 minutes long that it will put into the message. I'm not going to this time though. I also have some posting options at the bottom. Posting options are really useful if you're using groups. At least that's the use case that I think that I've found them to be most useful for, where I can post this same topic in a different, many different topics. The same post in many different topics. Why that's useful for groups: if you have the same question that you want to ask each discussion group, you only have to compose it once, and then you can post it to different topics here. I'm just going to put it in this one topic for this time, so I don't need to do that. I have the option to save as a draft if I just kind of quickly put down some thoughts and I'm going to come back to it later and fix it up and then post it, but I think I'm ready to post. So I'll go ahead and click post message. And now my message is displayed. I'd like to talk about some of the settings that we have as well. So I'm going to scroll up to the top of my topic here, and I can click on settings. And in the settings, I have options for org unit settings and for personal settings. The organizational unit is the course, your course site. And so instructors can make changes here that will affect the way that messages appear for all students. You have options for rating messages. You can see that here on the side with the star system. You can rate messages. Perhaps you'll have a pedagogical use for that. Topic descriptions displayed in the message list and turn on and off. Display shared forms and forms and topics lists. Again, these are options that you can turn on for the whole class. For your personal settings, you can choose whether you want to have a search bar, have discussion topics list on the side, show the preview pane. Some that I think are particularly useful are the threaded or unthreaded view for messages. So the threaded view shows by indentation which messages are replied to an original post. Also the grid style or the reading style that can show different ways to display posts. And so I'm actually going to go into another topic to show those that has a few messages set up already, so we can look at the difference for those. Let's go to this topic that has 4 messages in it. Right now I can go into the settings, and I will switch this to a grid style. Right now we're in the reading style view. I'm going to switch it to grid style to show you the difference. In the grid style, here it comes, you can have just the subject, and then you click on the subject of that post, and then it shows the post. And so it's just a different way of presenting the forum, and there are many different settings that you can use for that. Let's go back to the discussions list, and I think there's one more thing to point out is that we talked about subscribing to a post as you're creating it. You can also subscribe to an entire forum or an entire topic by clicking on the star to the left of it. Yes, I want to include that in my daily summary of activity. So thank you for viewing this tutorial on setting up online discussions in LearnUW. If you have any questions that weren't addressed, please do consult the help documentation or contact the help desk or the LearnUW team. Here's some of that information here. Thank you.